Hello everybody, good evening, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your FA Cup game between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest in what is a must-win game for Manchester United. I'm excited about this one. I'm massively excited about this one. I'm also massively nervous. I think there is a movement. I don't want to identify what that movement is, but we know there's a movement that probably tonight wants United to lose, but makes out that they want Manchester United to win. Now, whether that's journalists who earn their living from being in a press conference and want more to go after Ten Hag, I certainly think so. I certainly think that there will be certain journalists that want United to lose so they can push their agenda, of course. Maybe there's even some fans that won't admit it that would like us to lose tonight. But I would hope, if you support Manchester United, that you would want Manchester United to win tonight. And I certainly do. I say, hear ye, hear ye. We're Manchester United. There's a quarter-final against Liverpool waiting for us if Liverpool beat Southampton tonight at Old Trafford. Yeah, lots of people in the chat saying McTominay winner. Well, he is in the team. And I think that's the first thing we will do, actually. Let's get this United team up on the screen. I think that it's... Look, I think the two most important things for me is that it's not as bad as it could have been. I mean, I think last night we were looking at it and we're thinking, no Bruno, no Varane, maybe no Lindelof, maybe no Casemiro. So there's 4 players for a start that are playing that make us stronger, and I'll sing hallelujah to that. Can I get a hallelujah? Anthony playing on the right might not please some people, but Rashford will be down the middle with Garnacho. McTominay into the midfield, as I said. I was actually looking at that and it's just disappeared. Let me get this one. There we go. That's Forest. I don't want to look at Forest. I want to look at United. There we go. Getting confused that we're playing in white. Yeah, so look, no place for Kobbie Mainoo. I'm disappointed with that. I am disappointed with that, but... I wouldn't say I'm shocked about it. Playing him every single game, all the time. Is he been dropped? Will he play in the derby if we win tonight? I don't know. I mean, I think Kobbie Mainoo should be starting games for Manchester United, but he's not. And he's certainly a player that we could bring in off the bench as well. I'm pretty happy with that team. I can't really, apart from Mainoo, I can't really see any big changes. Of course, the Ahmad Brigade will want him to play, but I would say, to be honest with you, it might not be a bad thing that he's on the bench, because if Anthony does his normal stuff, then you would expect Ahmad to come on as well. Amrabat at left back makes sense because then you can play Lindelof next to Varane, and they did quite well last season. Varane and Lindelof worked out all right, if I remember. Obviously, Delo in at right back. McTominay next to Casemiro. He can't wander to... The only thing I think about... Let's talk about McTominay. The only thing I would say about McTominay is it's how we utilise him that I will be massively intrigued with. Because if we put McTominay in that midfield, he has got to stay with Casemiro and protect a weak back four. But as we've seen with McTominay before, McTominay likes to wander up front. Now, if he wanders up front and Bruno wanders up front, we're going to get screwed. And... that, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, even from a pure Ten Hag inner, is a mistake. And I think it's really important with to make these points before the game so that if they come to pass after the game, it's not a shock. And I query what we're going to do in that midfield, because McTominay has got to sit with Casemiro. And if we leave Casemiro on his own and McTominay wanders forward and we know Bruno does that, then we will get absolutely hammered on the break. And also, we shouldn't be letting Nottingham Forest break on us. We're away. We should be playing a clever game here where we're tight and compact and hitting them on the break. Unless we pull off some weird masterclass, I think that's the way the game's got to go. Sebastian says, Mark, just got here. What's your prediction for today? I'm going to go with a 3-0 win to Manchester United. Where the fuck's that come from? I've gone with a 3-0 Man United win. It's completely illogical. You may as well go 8-0 to Man United. It doesn't make any sense. But that's what I've gone with. I've gone with a Man United 3-0 win. James says, I don't think Ten Hag is up to the job, of course. I hope he can turn it around. Unfortunately, there's not a better replacement than him. Thanks for the early super chats, by the way. Hi, Mark. I've done this predicted scoreline, Sean. I'm going to go 3-0. Damianos, sorry. Welcome to the Members Club. And Endiga as well. Welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Get your badge in. Appreciate that. McSauce winner, says Ben Nimblet. Okay, well, I don't really care who gets the winner. It's not Player FC here. They were laid to rest many weeks ago. I hope Rashford plays well. Billy Welch says Rashford up front is almost always a disaster. I hope he has a good game. I hope Bruno has a good game. They quite rightly received a lot of criticism at the weekends, and I agree with that. But tonight, if they put in a performance, they will get the plaudits. And it could be short-lived plaudits. I mean, look at Man City last night. We've got them at the weekend. Whatever happens tonight, you know we're a yo-yo. You know we're a roller coaster. You know, those journalists and fans that want us to lose because they want Ten Hag out, you won't need to wait long if we win tonight, because you can wait for the Manchester derby where it'll probably all go very, very wrong. But tonight, I think that we need to see a reaction. We need to see some cohesion. And I feel that we probably will. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier, and I was looking at the personnel, and I think really the big question marks are Rashford and Bruno. I think everybody else, all right, they might be limited by ability, but I can't see a situation where Dalot, Varane, Lindelof, Amrabat, Casemiro, McTominay don't actually give everything. It's up to Bruno and Rashford, really. I mean, Anthony will give everything. Garnacho will give everything. As I say, some of them might not be good enough, but I don't think there's too much of a problem with that team in relation to effort levels. But it will be a very interesting game. A lot of people think it could be a long evening. Liverpool in the quarterfinals. Stop their quadruple, says Gary. Simon T has gifted a membership. You're a legend, Simon. Scooby, Amrabat, Casemiro, Evans, Lindelof as well. Well, let me just talk to you about the bench, because there may well be some of you out there that would have put out a different Manchester United lineup. Mainu is obviously on the bench, as we know, but the bench is Biinda, Evans, Kambwala, Agonye, who is from the under-18s, and I believe is a defender as well. Ahmad, or he might be a midfielder, actually. I'd bow down to better knowledge in the chat. Ahmad, Collier's on the bench again, Eriksson, Forson, and Mainu. So it's a very inexperienced bench, as you would know. I think the drop-off of Christian Eriksen is very evident, because he just can't get near the team at the moment, and justifiably so. Mainu maybe being rested. Forson is an attacking option with Ahmad. But the interesting thing for Ahmad FC is that he is probably going to come on in this game today. I really do think he will. Unless we see the unexpected, and the unexpected would be an amazing performance from Anthony. I think we probably will see Ahmad tonight. Let's go through. Look, Liverpool kick off at 8 o'clock. They're at home to Southampton. If we win and they win, we play Liverpool at Old Trafford just before the March international break. Wow, that'll be a big game, won't it? It certainly will. Let's have a look at the Nottingham Forest lineup for you as well. I've just got to remember this. I will forget. I should have done it before the stream. Naughty bridge. Right, there we go. Let's have a look at the Nottingham Forest lineup for you. I mean, honestly, normally you wouldn't give a shit, but where we are at the moment, we do. Turner, Williams, Felipe, Santiago, Toffolo, Yates, Danilo, Alanga, Gibbs-White, Origi, and Awoniyi. Hudson-Odoi on the bench. Is that the Origi? Is that the original Origi? The Liverpool Origi? Look, I don't need any more stories being written about, you know, Alanga used to play for us. Is that the original Origi? Because, yeah, it is great. Yeah, lovely stuff. Yeah, okay, I didn't know he played for Forest. Their bench is quite good. Hudson-Odoi is on there. Kouyate's on there. Reina. They've got, look, I don't think there is a problem in saying that Forest are probably the favourites in this game, just because we're away from home, we're injury ravaged, and it's a cup game that nobody's even acknowledged. It's a cup game under the lights at a very, very excited away ground, and it will make it a very, very difficult game. Trond, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Never heard of Agonye. Is he any good? says Sultan. Well, there might be some people who in-depthly watch the youth who can give us a bit of an update. I don't really know much about him, to be honest. Casemiro, Maino, Ahmad, Garnacho, McTominay, and Rashford. I don't know what. Am I missing something here? Why are people listing off players that aren't even in the team? What's the relevance of this? Casemiro, Maino, Ahmad, Garnacho, McTominay, Rashford. I don't know what it means, Zhao. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play this game as well. Rashford, Bruno, Casemiro, Eriksen, Delo, and Onana. Everybody else, give us 6 random names. I don't know what the context is. Ten Hag in, regardless of results. Come on, United, says Kieran. Mark, Ladybird versus Moth. Who wins? Moths are quite vicious, I think. Eat us. I mean, they can eat a shirt. I watched the video you did with Gabby, and let's just say that I've gained even more respect for what you and everyone on the United stand and That's Football do, hoping for a United win. Thank you very much, Rainmaker, and a very generous super chat. Really appreciate that. Big shout out to everybody who's watched that video I did with Loz about the kickoff as well. I can't believe how many people watched it and how many people watched all of it. I mean, it was 90 minutes. So I really appreciate that, and thank you very much. I hope Origi scores. He's so good and a hero, says Ajit. And we play in moments, and the FA Cup is about moments, says Nick James. Mohammed says, I just want the players to put in a good performance and win 2-1 to United. Thank you very much. A very, very simple ask there. Square pegs in round holes, says Glenn. And can you turn the volume up? My phone seems really quiet tonight. I can double check for you, mate. Sometimes the volume does mess about. But, yeah, we can get a little bit more in the volume. There you go. Have a little bit more there. Have a little bit of a boost, mate. Have a little bit of a boost. Yeah, I think that I'm not even... Look, I don't consume football in the sense that I'm looking at Liverpool. That's the worst thing we can do. It's arrogance. We can't look at that Liverpool game. We've got to look at tonight. And... there is an opportunity to go through into the FA Cup quarter-final in a really bad season and set up a big game against a better team than us. And Liverpool would be favourites because they're better than us. But look, I'm just looking at the Liverpool team that they've put out, and they could get knocked out. I mean, they could get knocked out. I'm looking at the Liverpool team: Kelleher, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Bradley, Clark, McConnell, Elliott, Gakpo, Kumas. On the bench, not really anything. I mean, Diaz is on the bench for them. McAllister's on the bench for them. And that's about it. I mean, Southampton are meant to be quite a good team. Look, you never know. Southampton could knock them out. You never know. You never know. But look, I'm not even thinking about it, even though I've just spent the last minute talking about it. We shouldn't be thinking about that. We should be thinking about tonight. My bad, that would have been my team. Ahmad in the middle and McSorts up front, says Zhao. Lovely stuff. I get what you mean now. Mario Franco says, this game feels massive. Turning point for Ten Hag, says Mario. You know what? Even as somebody that wants Ten Hag to do well, I don't think this is a turning point because, unfortunately, we've got that game on Sunday, which... You know, how do you approach that? How does anybody approach Man City at the Etihad with an injury crisis like we've got? But I think once the Man City game's out the way, then hopefully, you know, we can start to turn a corner. What's your thoughts on Newcastle getting the group of death? Man United, Chelsea, City in Carabao and 4 away games and City away in the FA Cup, says Cookie Monster. I've not thought about it at all, but, you know, Man City getting a home tie in the FA Cup sounds about right, doesn't it? But I mean, it's not that. I actually thought Man City would get Maidstone, so I can't moan too much because I genuinely did think that they would get Maidstone because that's the sort of draw that they normally would get. But I don't know. I don't actually know what the other games are. I mean, Brighton are still in it. I didn't see. Wolves or Brighton play... Oh, no, Maidstone are out, of course. They got beat by Coventry. So Wolves or Brighton at home to Coventry. So a great chance to get into the semi-final for Wolves or Brighton. Obviously, it's Forest or Man United against Liverpool or Southampton. Chelsea will play... Chelsea or Leeds will play Leicester and Man City against Newcastle. So, yeah. Interesting. Hi, Mark. Hope all is good. Ten Hag in, get rid of the players, and a full reset, says Ian Hobbs. Hope you're doing well. Ian, I want to be positive, but I think we will lose the midfield battle. My prediction's 2-0. Who to, Shawshank? Mark, I'm Ten Hag in, but I remember you saying pay attention to your rivals to see what they say about your club. So if rivals are also Ten Hag in, should that make us be on the fence about Ten Hag? Oh, Robble, this is a great point. And I'm not even going to try and defend it. This is a brilliant, brilliant point. I always said this about Fellaini and Moyes and people like that. You speak to rival fans. It's like when Liverpool had Hodgson in charge, and I didn't want him to go because I knew he was shit. Are we at that point with rival fans at the moment? There are some who want us to keep Ten Hag because they think he's crap. But on the other hand, I have spoken to some who think that, it's hard to judge because United have had such a bad season in relation to injuries. So I wouldn't say that rival fans are... I think they're saying keep Ten Hag because of the results we're having and how bad the season is. But I don't think they think he's useless. I actually do think there are some out there who just think, look, and what I would say to that is, when Arsenal finished 8th twice, I wanted them to keep Arteta forever as well. So, yeah. Mark, I'm 10... So, good point by Robble. I appreciate that. Hi, Mark. I know it's been said before, but the Loz interview was really insightful and a great grown-up conversation. Respect. Thank you very much, Ardut. Thanks very much for watching. And... did you see Simon Jordan called you a Wally? Says Anil. Davies says, watched your debate with Gabby on TalkSport. It was like you were the ex-player and he was just a schoolboy. Keep it up, says Davies. Oh, God, a few TalkSport mentions here. And Trishan says, that Wally Mark Goldbridge, are we getting you and Simon on TalkSport? Well, yeah, look, I don't want to dwell on this for too long, but I'm just doing my own thing, keep doing my own business. I've got my own show on TalkSport on a Saturday night. Thanks everyone who tunes in and listens and gets involved. I agreed to go on TalkSport because they basically said to me, oh yeah, we'll do all sorts with you. We'll get you commentating on a live match because they've got Premier League rights. We'll get you on the White and Jordan show for a bit of a we'll even talk about letting me guest present the breakfast show. None of it's happened. And yet, constantly I hear people who are presenters at on TalkSport slagging me off. And I constantly say, why are they slagging me off on the radio when I work on the radio station? If they've got something to say it to my face on radio. Oh, no, he doesn't want to do it. This is the feedback from Simon Jordan, right? When I've said, come on, let's do a show. I don't really see the point. Well, shut up talking about me then, you coward. Simple as that. I don't get it. If I'm a Wally, tell me a Wally on radio. Let's have a conversation about it. I've been waiting for 18 months. If you're not going to do it, keep your mouth shut. It's like, I don't get it. Hi, Mark. Have you heard of Karabag? I think we played them, Haji. I think we played them in the... are they Danish? I think they... Karabag, are they Danish? And I think we played them in probably the Europa League, didn't we? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I don't know what we're doing. Oh, I do. I'm so glad I said it. We could do it before kickoff in 9 minutes. We are 80 subscribers away from that number there becoming 825,000. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. We have a 2 o'clock show as well. Match reactions where you do the player ratings through the website, marking every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Fan forum after that. Countdown to kickoff before me on the watch along. Loads to get involved with. Massive community, and you're all very welcome. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. It does have the feeling tonight as the mist wanders up from the River Trent behind that City Ground Stadium. Will Manchester United get lost in the fog tonight? Will their FA Cup dreams disappear? We're about to find out. It feels special. It feels exciting. It feels defining. It feels like a cup tie. Maybe, I would say definitely, as Manchester United fans, do not want to be treating an FA Cup 5th round tie in late February as season defining. But that's who we are. That's what we are. And this is what we have to do. It's been a season of the jinx. A cursed season. A nightmare of a season. Sponsored by Freddy Krueger, maybe. But tonight we have an opportunity to stay alive this season. To say no, we will not go quietly out of the FA Cup and into insignificance, fighting for 6th or 7th. Tonight, we have the chance to win and keep breathing and keep this season alive. Shall we do it? And who is with me behind this United side tonight, hoping that our support can bring something to this great, great, great football team? No, I'm just being a twat. TUS sponsored by Freddy Krueger, says Ollie. No, look, I'm behind the team. I don't understand what... I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand the negativity because I just want Manchester United to win. I make no apologies about this. I want Manchester United to win. I'm very protective of that. I don't care who we're playing. I'll get frustrated with the players because they aren't passionate as much as you are. But no. I mean, and also to anybody who thinks that if we lose tonight we might sack the manager, there is no plan to sack the manager at the moment, so it wouldn't happen. Going out of the FA Cup with an injury-ravaged team will not be enough to get your manager sacked. It may contribute towards it, but you shouldn't, in my opinion, be hoping for a Manchester United loss. Would you have Rooney or Carrick back in this squad, says Manic? What? How they look now? No, absolutely not. At their best, 100% yes. I'm just watching, actually. I can see Rooney on the TV. Unfortunately, it's completely ruined by Jermaine Genius being sat next to him. This is like Al Pacino being sat next to Ian Beale. It's a mismatch. But Genius has got a great agent and keeps getting himself on the telly. Chelsea are losing already. We will keep an eye out on what's going on with the other games. But, of course, we're here for Manchester United's game against Nottingham Forest. They are beatable. They really are beatable. Apparently Chelsea are losing. I haven't seen a goal go in for Chelsea yet, for Leeds yet. But Nottingham Forest are beatable. The problem is, so are we. So we've got to be very, very careful about this game. I'm intrigued, actually, by... I'd love to read some of your comments on how you feel this... They are losing to Leeds, by the way. They are losing to Leeds. Bloody Leeds have scored. They've bloody gone and done it. And Matteo Joseph has scored for them. So well done to Leeds. You're leading. They're leading 1-0. But no, I wanted to ask you, how do you think we're going to play in this game? Because the game is very, very close to starting. We're 5 minutes away. And I think that Nottingham Forest will try and counter on us. And we're away from home. So the game will go one of two ways. We will try and play like we did against Luton and be frenetic and, you know, it'll be end to end. Or it'll be quite a cagey, boring game where they play deep and we play deep and we sort of cancel each other out and set pieces become important, which could play into their hands. So it's an interesting one as to how you approach a game like this. What I always find fascinating about the City ground is I used to go when I was a kid, and the pitch was Brian Clough. So what I'm trying to say is, look at the touchline. It's fucking massive. They narrow the pitch here. Like the pitch there is a massive bit from the touchline to the dugouts. Never used to be like that. So I think that tells you a lot about how they're going to play. But they will thrive on set pieces and they will look to counter on us. I like this kit. Let's hope Manchester United can play well in it. But I do like this kit. I'm going to go 3-0 United. If I get it right, I'm a score prediction hipster. I wouldn't follow my suit. I wouldn't be putting any bets on. I clearly do not think it's going to happen. It's one of those things where you just go and say something weird because you get a feeling about it, and actually it's probably just a bad feeling. Yazza says, I listen to some United fans and can't believe what I hear. Too weak to hold a debate with pundits and rival fans. Some of them were made by the United stand, says Yazza. Okay. Don't pay any attention to Simon Jordan. He's jealous. I mean, has he managed at the London Stadium? No, he hasn't. So he's irrelevant, says Jack. Sometimes it looks like AI is sending you super chats. Stay as you are, Mark. Come on, United. Never forget Duncan Edwards, says Amand. Thank you very much. It's not a Danish club. They qualified for the round of 16 EU, says Haji. Well, there you go. Where are Karabag from? Hi, Mark. What do you think about Martial's future, says Blink? He will never play for Man United again, and he will leave for nothing in the summer. You've got more integrity than Jordan, says Anglo. Big up, Mark. You know the rules, says Sean Upward. Yeah, big up the chat. Big up the watch along. Big up the United stand. You know the rules. I feel sick. I'm going to try and enjoy tonight, says Internal Pro Gamer. Wayne Rooney is only 38, but looks about 50. Who looks younger, me or Rooney? He's younger than me. Alistair. Thank you very much for all those super chats that are coming in. Get involved in the chat and make sure you subscribe. Let's see if we've hit 825 yet. We're very close to kickoff here. We're only 20 subscribers away from 825,000, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to take a breath until we hit it. You've got to subscribe. There's 25 subscribers. You're going to save my life. I'm not going to breathe. I'm just refreshing. You're going to kill me. We're still 25 short. This is going to be the death of me. I haven't taken a breath. I'm going to have to breathe. It's not going to happen. Oh, we were so close. 17 away. That was a bad idea. I would have died on stream. I don't think you can actually die by not breathing, though. I don't think your body will naturally let you not breathe. I don't think you can. Answers on a post. Can you die from just stopping yourself from breathing? I don't think. I'm getting a shake of the head here. No, I don't think you can. Why is your live picture so poor lately? I don't know. Well, I don't. For me, it's not. Check your settings. You might be on 360. Mine's HD. Looks absolutely fine. So mine's also playing along in YouTube because I'm in the back system. So stream health very good. Mine looks good. Yeah. You might want to change. You might want to hit the little settings gear and have a look, because sometimes it does come through as 360. That's wrong. Right, we're ready to go, everybody. Referee. 7:45 kickoff. We're not used to this. United to kick off. Bruno does it. Happy birthday. Whoever you are. Wherever you are. Up and running. Tonight we are young. All gonna set the world on fire. We can go higher. I won't sing anymore, sorry. I get excited. And that's what happens. Oh, how did training go, mate?
Good.
What's your score prediction?
Probably 2.
To Man United? 2-0 to Manchester United?
No.
To who? Not them.
No, not there. I think it's 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah.
And then it goes to penalties. What happens then?
I'll probably say Manchester United.
Good. We're in for an exciting evening then. Night then. How did football go?
Good.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Love you. Night.
Night.
There you go. 0-0 and extra time and penalties. You could be in for a long one. Could be in for a long one. Early corner here for Forest, though. Let's see what happens. You know what? As soon as United kick off, you're in the zone, aren't you? You know what's going to happen. We're shit at corners as well. Why is no one protecting an Arna? Good header by McTominay. That's what he's in the team for, to be fair. See the Forest player on an Arna there and no one's helping him out. Come on. Pass, pass. Simple pass. That's lovely by Bruno. Come on, Anthony, what you got? The redemption. Come on, switch the play. Casemiro, the pass was on. Oh, for fuck's sake. What was that? Casemiro. We had a really good break there. He takes a touch and then he plays a shit pass. Come on. That was actually quite a good break. Amrabat into Garnacho. He's got a T-shirt on. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Corner. We're 10 subscribers away from 825,000, by the way, so please do subscribe. Oh, it's changed, so that means that Matt, the admin, might have just done it for us anyway. Or Ryan. Or Greg. 1K product views. There we go. Nice cross by Bruno. Edge of the box. Very late. Oh, he smacked the bar. And really, I think it's Anthony as well. Oh, you could have done with that going in. You could have done with that going in. Good shot by Anthony, but he smashed the Denver here. And we would have had a free kick, but he's got to score that. I'm sorry. That's a goal. Come on. He's got to score that. That's yeah, he's got to score that. Bad hit on Bruno though. Yeah, I'm not buying into that. Oh, he's hit the bar, so it's close. He's got nobody on him, and he's on his strong foot. He's got to score that. I don't think it was difficult at all, Jerome. You're in the box, running onto the ball. Have you been in a penalty box before? Like, you shouldn't be missing the target from there. On his strong foot. I think he's got to score. Look, we'll carry on. I'm not saying he's having a crap game. I'm just saying I think that should be 1-0, which is a good start. What about the foul? Played it on, advantage, which, to be fair, was good refereeing because if Anthony had scored and he'd gone no foul... My nephew lives in Nottingham, Max, and he's at the game tonight. Same age as Seb. So big up Max and his dad. And he's in a Man United kit. I don't know whether he's in the Man United end though. Good start from United, though. Possession. And I think, as we were talking about before the start of the game, how will Man United line up in this game tactically? It's possession for Manchester United and counter-attacking from Nottingham Forest, which I can deal with. You know, if they're going to let us come on to them, you can deal with that. Mark, can you send a get well soon to my brother Dale, says Liam. Get well soon, Dale. Mark, can you send a... I've done that one. That was actually a tactical set piece, says Josh Burke. And Daddy Bridge, your quality. Keep on doing what you're doing. The United stand is quality. Big up the United stand. Big up the community, says Ben Young. Thank you very much. Slow Sports News. Hi, Mark. Why haven't we done corners like that before? Great set piece. Just a shame it hit the bar. Should have finished that, says Slow Sport News. And we should start calling the United versus Nottingham matches the Mark Goldbridge derby for the laughs, says Jack. And I was a mercurial vapor man back in the day. What boots did you prefer, says Sifo, that guy. And the Inquisition says you can't stop yourself from breathing naturally. You'll pass out and then start breathing. There you go. I used to wear Puma Kings predominantly. I think I had about 3 pairs of those. Josh Miller says, given the 30th of June deadline for Chelsea, cross comes in. Go! He's got to score. He's got to score. Scott McTominay. We've had 2 absolute bangers here. How are we not scoring these chances? That's a goal. think it's a cross by Delo. Yeah, Delo. He's got to score this. It's plumb on his head from 6 yards out. Why is he not directing it? Why is he not directing that? Headed it straight at the keeper, unopposed, 6 yards out. I think he's closed his eyes. Just bloody get, you know, it's such an easy goal. Oh, well. We should be 2-0 up here. 2 big chances for United. Mark, I seen you playing. I've seen you play. You wouldn't make that shot, says Tevin. Well, I would. Oh, here's Alanga down the right-hand side. It's not Alanga, it's Origi. Number 27 gets a shot off up against Amrabat. We might have to keep an eye on that. It is a weakness in the team. I think Amrabat's just going to have to do a job, isn't he? But Origi gets away from him here, and you know, it's a weakness. We can't do anything about it. I don't want to hear people moaning about Amrabat. He's not a left-back. It will be a problem. Love your legend, says De Gea, United fan. Thank you very much. Driving team selection, please. Thanks, Mark. Says Sheriff. Thank you very much. So 2 big chances for United here in the first 10 minutes. One from Anthony, hit the bar, should have done better. And McTominay with, I think, an even easier chance. Lovely cross by Delo. Gets a good head on it, but no direction. Good play by McTominay here. They look, Nottingham Forest aren't a great team, but Man United do look much better with their passing. It's almost like they've spent the last 2 days on passing drills, isn't it? We're looking after the ball a lot better than we did at Old Trafford. But I said this on Monday. I think we do suit away games. We suit away games because we don't really have to go massively chasing the game. Encouraging start from United. Certainly not as bad as I think some of us might have thought it would be. We definitely should be winning this game. We definitely had the 2 big goal-scoring chances. Anthony's just given up a corner here, but a bit unlucky there. So corner to Forest, which is where I think they'll look to get their joy. We're not necessarily that good at corners. Mark never missed to score in Nottingham. If you know, you know, says Juan. Sorry I haven't been on for a while. I've been in transition into a new job and role. I hope you and your family are well, says Slow Sport News. I hope you are well, mate, as well. Always see you tweet every now and again, so I hope you're doing good. Slow Sports News in the chat. Thanks for the super chat. Here comes the cross. Lots of height on it. Too much height on it. That goes for a goal kick. We're happy about that. Mark, I'm driving and I need to know the team selection. Thanks, Sheriff. I had no idea what you were talking about. So in goal for Man United, you've got Onana. Right back below, Varane and Lindelof, and Amrabat is left back, Casemiro, McTominay and Bruno, and then Garnacho on the left, Rashford up front, and Anthony on the right. That is your United team, Sheriff. Safe driving. RSI's had it with Rashford already. I don't know what's he done? What's he done? Other cup ties, Chelsea have equalised and Wolves are beating Brighton 1-0. It's 0-0. Actually, they haven't kicked off at Anfield yet, where it's Liverpool at home to Southampton. But a much changed Liverpool team, could there be? And a cup upset there. Decent start by United, though. Nice to ping the ball about in the first 10 minutes away from home. Good movement by McTominay here. Let's keep it simple. That's the way. I like the way we're just playing nice wall passes. I call it a wall pass. You can't lose the ball if you play a wall pass. And a wall pass is like a 5 to 10 metre pass into the feet where they can knock it back to you if you want. Take a touch. And we're doing a lot of these passes so far. See what I mean? That whole bit of play was about that. Although it breaks down with Casemiro again. Nice to see Amrabat really inverting in as well. That was why I would have put him in the last game as well, to be honest. Terence says, I think Rashford looks interested tonight. Yeah, well, as we all said, go and look. You're not proving anybody wrong by beating Nottingham Forest, but you're proving that you know professional pride. You're proving something. Casemiro just got absolutely sold there by Gibbs White. Good block. Now Garnacho in his t-shirt keeps it on. No, he keeps it on. Shut your mouth. And then he runs into danger. Can't be just me who thinks we're so much better on the ball when Amrabat's in the team, says Mike Mate. And Anthony is playing well, tracking back when needed, to Simon Slade. Welcome to the Members Club, Ben Young. Casemiro just wandering into a tackle there and they're in on our defence. Sometimes this is what I mean, where I'm watching Bruno and McTominay and I don't want to see that situation where a Nottingham Forest midfielder picks it up in the midfield, skips past Casemiro, and he's on our defence. Callahan's in a space with no signal. What's the team sheet? Well, you obviously have got a bloody signal because you've just put a bloody thing in. Mark, imagine how much we would save if Rashi actually could play striker, says KFJ. Yeah, you can't play striker. We've analysed Rashford as a striker before. He's got no idea how to press properly. He runs in a straight line, and pressing from the front, if you watch somebody who can do it, you got to do diagonals, you got to bend your run. It's a skill. Forest on the attack here though. You do wish we'd scored one of those good chances in the first 10 minutes, because I don't want to say that might be our lot, but those two big chances away from home, you can imagine Ten Hag at the end of the game saying, well, we had those chances and it's a different game. You do need to score them, really. There's Onana. Good use of the left foot. Goes long. Rashford and Forest pick it up again. Billu says, Casemiro's old. We need to accept the fact. I mean, look, I'm not really up for the Casemiro debate. I don't really understand what the Casemiro debate's all around. Here we go. They're in. Good block by Lindelof. And again, good defending by Lindelof there. The Casemiro debate is somewhat flawed. Because he's probably gone in the summer and we can't do anything about it now. So you hear people slagging off Casemiro like there's anything else we can do. We just have to get by until the summer with it, really. Garnacho's had 23 starts in a row, according to Paul Irwin. Another corner for Forest, though. I mean, look, we've had two big chances, but this is corner 3 for them. Gibbs White, good player, but I remember that game after Christmas where he did the team talk saying they don't want it. Good header by, I think that's Varane. Yeah. Another block. Get rid of it, Amrabat. Well done. I do think, look, Casemiro, a lot of the problems for our midfield, and it's not just Casemiro, I've seen it with Mainu as well. A lot of our problems, that's a brilliant tackle by Casemiro there. We've got a break here. Come on, we've got a break here. Anthony, Turbo, come on. No, he slowed it down. I think a lot of that's a bad ball by McTominay. What a fucking waste of a ball that is. We've got possession. We shouldn't be pinging little balloon balls to Forest defenders. I still think the midfield problem is because we've seen it with Mainu, we've seen it with Casemiro. They do get left exposed a lot because the Brunos and the McTominays start wandering forward. That's it. Just get the passing going again. Nice there, Amrabat. That's it. Bruno's your ball. That's a lovely look at that. That's what Amrabat can do, though. I remember when we bought Amrabat, I was looking at some of his stats last season, and he had the highest final third pass completion rate in Serie A. Lovely ball. Cut it back! Cut it back! Oh! Oh! Amrabat was the pass. Amrabat was the pass. Ten Hag seen it. Amrabat was the pass both times. Watch this. Lovely ball. Lovely ball. If he cuts that to Amrabat, he's unmarked. And Rashford. I don't know, why is McTominay not seeing that pass? That's what Ten Hag's saying. Why are you not passing that into Amrabat? Another good chance, though. Oh, my God. Amrabat's played it into a terrible... It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Good save, Onana. Yeah, but look, I'm happy with that. That shot was stupid by the Forest striker. You're never going to score from there. But Amrabat with a loose pass. Mark, thanks for all the content. Love it, says Marcus S. Thank you very much for your super chat there. Appreciate it. Good save by Onana, but he's never going to get beat from there anyway, really. But it was a loose pass. They just go through the midfield when they attack. McTominay and Bruno are leaving Casemiro all alone, says Jim. Well, I'm glad you can see it, Jim, because that was my concern when I saw the team lineup. Man United, a team that needs to play 3-3-3-1, says Nigerian Uber driver. It's not been a bad first 20 minutes, though. Give us your thoughts. I think it's not been a bad first 20 minutes. I just think that, you know, I'd say 2 really good chances and a half chance for Rashford. But it's 0-0. And, you know, we've not taken advantage of our superiority in chances so far. Amrabat going to cost us at left back. Looks heavy on his feet. A natural left footer with pace would work a lot better. Like who? We're going to put what? Do they sell him in Tesco? Pop down the shop and get one. I'll give you a £5. We haven't got a naturally left footed player with pace. That's the whole problem. Cross by Forest. Come on, you've got to track that, Garnacho. You've got to track it. Oh no, cross the back post. Get it out. That's it. That's it. We win tonight. We'll face Liverpool or Southampton. What's your opinion on the club getting rid of high earners? Ideal. I'm not talking about that, Cads. I can't. Not on a watch along. I can't start listing ideal replacements, etc. But we will play Liverpool in the quarterfinals if they beat Southampton and if we win here, which is not a foregone conclusion. We really miss Rasmus. But you know what? I hadn't forgotten about Rasmus, but you just get locked in on this game, don't you? What they're looking for a bloody penalty here for? Having a bloody laugh. Yeah, I don't mind this from this angle. Never going to score. You know, that's what you call a stupid shot from a striker. Like, if that goes in, it's a keeping error. Someone from their youth, or Anthony or Diallo, says Blake. You can't play Ahmad at left back, mate. Come on. Just because they're left-footed and quick. Bruno must have listened to your show yesterday, not doing any Hollywood passes, and he's making smart little passes as well, says Ivan. Mate, I don't think he did. I don't think any United player that we criticised does. But, you know what? You would hope that he doesn't need to listen to fans to change the way he plays. You would hope that Ten Hag would... lovely ball into Bruno here. And into Rashford. Doesn't fancy the 50-50 again. Yeah, but you would hope that Ten Hag says, let's just keep it simple, Bruno. Hey, Onana, come on. He's got to be helping out Lindelof there. Got to be quicker there. Can you shout out my dad Lee, who's watching you now, says Gabrielle. There you go. Shout out to Lee. Hope you're doing well. Gabrielle's one of our moderators, legend. Hughes Lads just gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much, mate. And Maisie says, I'm impressed with the start, but I feel these missed chances will come back to bite us. Hopefully not. Josh Burke, welcome to the Members Club. Get your badge in. Thanks for your support. Appreciate that. Little Balloon Balls was my nickname in prison, says Upbeat Sarcastic. Well, 20 minutes gone. But you know what I always say? When United play the way we are at the moment, the first goal is so important. If we concede, we tend to lose. If we score, we tend to win. Look at the weekend. Here's an interesting point. Royden says, win ratios for Man United managers. Eric Ten Hag, 61%. Sir Alex Ferguson, 59.7%. Mourinho, 58.4%. Yeah, again, why would you sack a manager? At least wait for that to come down before you do it. United are playing in white, Dave. Amrabat looks so uncomfortable. I'd try playing Anthony. His defensive work isn't that bad. Bruno needs to try and keep the ball, says Aldo. Yeah, I think that Anthony is being somewhat scapegoated. Sorry, Amrabat is being somewhat scapegoated. But actually, on the attack, I think he's done all right. Tucking into the midfield, he's done all right. I ain't got a problem with Amrabat. He's definitely a stopgap. He's a square peg in round holes, but nobody can criticise that. It's not like he's benched Malacia or Luke Shaw. I'd rather Amrabat was there than Lindelof because he's he can drop into the midfield, and Lindelof is definitely playing better at centre back. As somebody in the chat just said there, he's out of position. He's not going to be perfect. 3 years a member, 6 years watching. Here's to all the United Stand community, says Andrew O'Brien. Thank you very much, mate. Legend for the support. Daniel says, hi, Mark. I just tuned in. Probably slow sports news. When are we going to get Goldbridge versus Simon Jordan? He won't do it, Daniel. He's a coward. And you see any of the Blackburn-Newcastle game? I didn't watch any of the football last night at Small Hall. I was watching the last episode of Kin, which is for Kin. Brilliant. So yeah, I had a football-free night last night. I think Blackburn were a little bit unlucky, but that's what happens with penalties, isn't it? It's a lottery. How's your day been, Mark? Says Josh. Today has been a busy day. Yeah, it's been a busy week, actually. I'm very tired, but look, I think I'm also tired because there is a nervous energy to this game. Rashford fancies it tonight, says James. I'd love to get... I don't care who scores. At 50, I just became a grandfather last night. Thanks for the great show, says Ronnie. Congratulations, Ronnie. And... oh, come on. We've got to be cutting that out. We don't play as a team. The attack press high while the defence sips deep, which leaves the two in midfield exposed and easy to bypass, says Mac. Well, in Lindelof's... I'll tell you what, Lindelof's probably been... Who's with me? I think Lindelof's been man of the match so far. And a very good... Well, it's a long... But to be fair to Lindelof, it's a long... There wasn't that long ago when we actually liked Lindelof. Definitely don't like him at left back, but yeah. Apparently fans are singing my name at the ground. Oh, I guarantee it won't be. I guarantee it will be camaraderie slagging me off. It's been one of those days. You know, I support the team. I want the team to win. I back Eric Ten Hag, but I get slagged off. It's just one of those things. Well, I suppose you could say we've made it if you're being chanted in a live football ground. Have we made it for the right reasons? No one ever sings your name for a good reason, do they? Unless you're dead. The difference between Rasmus and Rashford is huge. Hope people start noticing how much Rasmus gives up front for this team, says Jim. Yeah, I think we all know that, mate. I think Rashford needs glasses, says Thomas. What's your thoughts of United this season, says Amir? Oh, I think we've been bloody brilliant, mate. Free kick to United here. Not really a shooting range, but... Someone's just said Foden or Mudryk. Wrong channel. We do that sort of thing on That's Football. So free kick to United here. Bruno's going to whip this in. I mean, McTominay, Varane, Casemiro. No Maguire tonight. Stay on side. Stay on side. Nah, terrible free kick. Terrible free kick. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. United have had 2 really good chances in the first 10 minutes. Other than that, probably quite an equal game, but we have had the big chances. But it's counting for nothing at the moment. Now, here we go. Delo into... That's a nice ball. Into McTominay. Where's your pass? That'll bit... Oh, come on, Scott. We're on the break. Fucking hell, that's not good enough, that. At this level, that is not good enough. You're in a good position. You're on the break, and he passes it to a Forest. Look at that by McTominay. Absolutely fucking rubbish. Somebody blame Bruno in the chat. Mate, that's a terrible pass. It's behind him. He can't reach it. People are blaming Bruno for that. It was McTominay's pass. Come on. How can you blame Bruno for that? Are you bloody get a pair of these on? Come on. The pass is behind him. It's a terrible pass. With Fernandes, I really think if he stopped messing around so much, trying to win a foul and concentrated playing the game, he'd create more assists, says Slow Sports News. I think at times tonight we've moved the ball around quite well. We look better when we keep it simple. Funnily enough, that's how Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool play. Liverpool are 0-0 in their game. Chelsea are winning 2-1 now. They did go behind to Leeds, but they're 2-1 now. Jackson and Mudryk with their goals. Bloody hell. It's not Christmas, is it? Daz says Scott and Bruno have been shit. Football now shuns kick and run, emphasising momentum and possession from defence. Adding workhorses in forward and midfield like Kante and Park. Shifts pressure in every match. More subs equals more team wins, says Nigerian Uber. There's Murta, Brailsford, Sir Alex, David Gill. I'd love to, you know what? That's a watch along. I would love to. I would pay for the. I would pay £1,000. Well, probably not 1,000, but yeah, I'd pay good money for the audio of Sir Alex and listen back to it for that game. I'd love to know what he was saying there about that pass from Bruno. It is fucking rubbish. It wouldn't happen in my day. No, I fucking subbed the twat. I'd have him running with my horses tomorrow. Here we go. Oh, fucking hell. It's just... Mark, we're better than how we were normally do, but Anthony's got no confidence and Rashford doesn't go for a second ball at all, says Vin. Look, I've said this. Why United playing a 5-0-5, says Sherlock. This is why I said McTominay 9 and Eriksen in, says Thomas Hopley. Victor Lindelof is as good as a partner. He's a good complementary centre-back, says Nicholas. Thanks for the Manscaped code. Balls super smooth, says Jordan. Thomas says, I think Rashford needs glasses. Here's Anthony. But not been in the game for a few minutes. He's decent ball out to Garnacho. He's going to... Where's he going to go? Bruno into Anthony. Can't shoot off his left. Delo does well. He's going to need some help. Goes wide. Cross comes in. Good save. That was better. That was better. Again, it's Delo. Again, it's McTominay. I think with that one, it's a good save by the keeper. I don't think McTominay can do any more with that. Corner to United. Up it goes. Varane, he had to bounce. McTominay, that would have been a free kick anyway. It's very, very high, but over the bar anyway. I've said, anyway, let me just have a stretch. I've said this about, you know, one day I do have a nightmare that I won't have any pyjama bottoms on. And I'll stand up and everyone will see. And that'll be me cancelled. I've said this about Rashford ever since he had his back injury. He doesn't seem to like physical battles. He doesn't like 50-50s. Was it the FA Cup final where there was that clip of him where the ball was bouncing and he just didn't bother against Man City? He just didn't bother going to contest it. It's nothing. What I'm trying to say is it's nothing new. I don't even know if we can criticise because you can't not do 50-50 tackles, but I think it might be some sort of psychological ramifications from that injury he had, because he doesn't like the physical confrontation, and he never really has since he came back from the back injury. Braden says McTominay should never start. He's a super sub at best, but he could have had 2 goals. I watched the interview with Lawrence. What an amazing discussion. And finally, an update on what happened. Hoping we take the lead before half-time, says Mark. Delo is painfully underrated, says Calhoun. And Sam says, I'll never know how fans think this is good. So poor, says Sam. And why don't we ever look dangerous on attack, says Daly. We've got, oh, come on, we've created 3 bloody good chances in this game. You just got to take him. Bongo says, I'd take off Rashford for Maino and put Scotty up front. I think Rashford's putting a shift in tonight, but then he's extremely overcautious, says Vihang. I think Rashford's definitely putting a shift in tonight, but you know, then it becomes a quality thing, doesn't it? Then it becomes a quality issue. What's the referee doing now? Look, making a name for himself, having a go at Ten Hag. Here we go, over refereeing the game. No need for it. Yeah, total waste of time. Doesn't need to do it. Just get on with the game. Grow a pair. Good tackle, Casemiro. Could we use... a few people saying we should use McTominay as a striker. Sarvesh says, why our wingers never developed dribbling skills and depend only on pace for past few years. If they have skills, they lose within their year, says Sarvesh. Mark, would you make any changes at half-time? And Ben Castle, welcome to the Members Club. What do you make of Eric Ten Hag responding to Carragher, says Josh. I don't see the problem with it, really. You know, Carragher will be loving the fact that he responded to it. I mean, look, why is Ten Hag getting into trouble for reacting to a press conference question as well? He was asked the question about tactics and how we set up in a press conference. End of conversation. What changes would you make at halftime, everybody? I don't think this is a performance where I'd make a change at halftime, if I'm being completely honest, because we've created 3 big chances, and you would hope that if we keep doing that, then we will eventually score. Nottingham Forest are the home side, and they're playing crap. So I wouldn't be making any changes at half time. It's not been the perfect United performance, far from it, but we've had 61% of the ball. And we've had, what was it? We've had 3 shots on targets there too. So we've been more creative in the sense of big chances created. I wouldn't change anything at half time, but what I would, if I had to make a change, is the best answer. You've got Mainu. I think that's always going to be a good sub in a game like this. I don't think I'd take McTominay off. He's a very fit player, but I maybe would. That's a penalty. No, he's never going to give it. Outside the penalty area, that's a penalty there. If Rashford doesn't get a heavy touch on that, I reckon that's a penalty. But no, if I had to make a change, it would be to put McTominay through the middle and bring Mainu on. Player of the year so far, says Stig. I'd need to do a poll on it. I'd need to have contenders for it. Hope you're well. Any new merch dropping, says Heart of United. We've got the Rasmus one that came out at the weekend. Rashford offered nothing as a striker, says Ross. That's what I mean. I mean, you could take off Anthony, put Garnacho on the right, put Rashford on the left, put McTominay through the middle, and get Mainu on. McTominay's been consistent this season, says Amadi. And we've never seen McTominay as a striker, but regardless of injuries, I'd love to try it, says Jamie. Well, that's what I just said. I wouldn't, you know, why not? Why not? Dragon says it's not a penalty. I know it's not a penalty. It wasn't given. What I'm saying is, if that had been outside the box, you get a free kick for that. It's funny in football how certain fouls outside of the box are not fouls in the penalty box, isn't it? It's a truism. True news. Still 0-0 between Liverpool and Southampton. Nice ball by McTominay. Take that in your stride, Rashford. Right, okay. Who's making the run for him? That's good by Amrabat. And he's made the run. Now the cutback. Oh, bug off. Bug off. You buy one, you get one free. Bruno. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Nah. That's my fault. I did tell him to shoot. He should have passed, really. Well kept in by Garnacho. 5 minutes to go to half time. Nice switch of the play. Anthony keeps it in. McTominay's been... I've done that one. After Sir Alex Ferguson, which United coach has improved the most number of players in your opinion, says Rahul? I think it has to be... Oh, come on. Someone should be coming for that. Oh, here we go. Look at this break again. Edge of the box. Watch the runner on the edge of the box. Good. Good defending that. They've still got it, though. Tell you what, he's hit that quite well. Over the bar. Good evening, Mark. I like Ten Hag and I hope he gets another season. His first season brought us all great excitement. People have short memories, says Bounty Hunter. I think Ten Hag has developed... Look, it's slim pickings. Who's been the best developmental coach since Sir Alex? I don't think Mourinho really developed anybody. Van Gaal, arguably. Rashford. Who was McTominay? Was that well, that's not a good thing. Mourinho, I think. I think it's got to be Ten Hag for Garnacho and Mainu. I think they're the two best players we've developed in the last 10 years, apart from Rashford. So Ten Hag has to be. Has to be Ten Hag. Shearer having a pop at Rashford, says Minnie. Shearer's going in on Rashford for his attitude, says Daniel. Shearer just went in on Rashford and I love it, says Flash Talks. I feel like I need to tweet. Here they are, Elanga. It's too wide. Watch the cutback. Watch the cutback. That's fine. Let him shoot. What did he say? What did he say? Maurice says, hi Mark, great content. I remember the Sunday night shows at the start. Great to see how far you've come. Keep it going. Awesome community. Oh, I remember those early days. If only we'd known what we were going to create, because there's a few things I'd do differently, but they were happy times. Happy times. 0-0, 43 minutes. I'm not really worried about the chances that Forest are creating at the moment. They're very, panicky. I mean, this 12 attempts to 6 bollocks. This is where stats are shit, right? 12 attempts to 6. Not one of their chances has made me go, oh, we're in trouble. Like, they've all been long shots. We've had 3 really good chances. So you can take your 12 and you can shove it up your arse, because it's the quality of the chance, isn't it? Here's Bruno. What was he saying about Rashford anyway? Because are we not happy with Rashford in this half? Anthony, there's no one in the box, mate. Bruno, hit it! Blocked. Fuck, he should have hit it first time. Got blocked. Oh my God, if he plays that first time, we're in all sorts of trouble here. Amrabat, just push him out wide. That's fine. He ain't keeping that in. Oh, he is. Origi, come on, get back. Get back. Good play by Varane. Calm, calm, calm. I'd have Garnacho, Delo, Højlund contenders of Player of the Year, says Leo. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Lovely ball, Bruno. Come on. Move it, Scott. Into the space. That's it. Right, where's Rashford in this picture? Oh, he's gone left. Come on. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Minnie says that Rashford, Shearer's basically saying that Rashford's attitude stinks with him chucking his arms around. I haven't noticed any of that, but that's pretty big. This is what I mean. Here's Casemiro. Worth a shot, but it's going to take something special. That's interesting because that's the Premier League's top goal scorer, one of BBC's main pundits, basically saying what many of you have been saying for a very long time. Now, you're a hater. You're toxic. Stop spreading malicious rumours. If United fans call out Rashford, you're toxic. You've now got the all-time Premier League goal scorer and one of the #1 pundits in the land, whether you agree with that or not, calling him out on national TV. Me, my mum and dad watching you tonight, says Shannon. Keep up the great work. Can you give the Levers a shout out? Shannon and family, hope you're doing well. Big shout out. I've come to the conclusion that this team is like a stripper. Good enough to get you excited, but the fun stops there, says Z3. And Amadi says, Anthony and Rashford aren't getting enough hate. Stig says, Player of the Year poll, Garnacho, Mainu, Højlund, Delo. Thank you very much. I'll get that sorted. Thanks for your super chats. Look, we're about to blow for half time here, so we may as well talk about it. In fact, it is. Get your thoughts in. I'm going to get the stats up on the screen for you. Look, if I'm the manager of that game, and that's how I look at it. There's a bit of a spoiler on how I always approach mentally the half-time chat with you good people. Is I always think, if I was in charge, what do I think about that half of football? And really, as I walk into the dressing room, I've probably got 1 or 2 things I'm going to say to people individually. But collectively, that's my first thing. I'm like, lads, we've had the better chances. Yes, they've had 12 shots. We've had 9. But we've had 3 goal-scoring chances. 3 chances where I'd expect you to score. They're shooting from all over the place. I can live with that. But we've had 3 big goal-scoring chances. People are going to be on our back. People are going to be saying this, that, and the other. But actually, we've created 3 good chances. And if we keep doing that, I'll back us to win this game of football. I'm intrigued by the Rashford thing because got to be honest, Neil Radcliffe says Rashford's not a 350k a play a week. I think the interesting thing about Rashford tonight is I'm somewhat... I see Anthony's got to score that. He's got to score that. Look at that. It's easy. He's got too much height on it. He's stepped back. But McTominay should score this as well. The issue with Rashford tonight is I haven't really noticed it. I mean, it's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. It's not terrible. But that's the problem, isn't it? When it's not total shit, you actually go, he's been better. But for a lot of people in the chat, they're not happy about it because they're like, he's meant to be 350k a week. That's shit for a 350k a week player. I don't think he's been bad tonight because I don't think he's been as bad as he's been recently. Whether I'd give him any higher than a 6 is up for debate. And that's the problem, isn't it? His body language not been putting a shift in. I think tonight, at times, he's put a shift in, but then it becomes a quality thing. So you're not moaning about the lack of effort, but now you're moaning about a lack of quality. And that's the problem he's going to have. You know, when you don't put the effort in and you don't put the quality in, it's a big, 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 big target. But when you do put the effort in and the quality's not there, that's not enough at Man United. You can't just say, you know, he's putting a bit of effort in. I'll be honest, I haven't noticed the arms going down. I haven't noticed the lack of effort, but I will trust you on that one. Look, he doesn't want to play up front. He's done an interview where he said he doesn't like playing up front. I don't like him up front. I don't think Ten Hag likes him up front. But, you know, he's also the senior player in that team, whether we like it or not. He earns more than Casemiro. He earns more than Varane. He's in that team to be something that he isn't at the moment. And when you are when you're on that money, look, Roy Keane played centre-back in his career. Gary Neville played centre-back. Ryan Giggs played centre midfield. David Beckham played centre midfield, right wing. When you're that level of a player, you're ingrained in the team. And what we don't see from Rashford, and I don't know why, because he's Manc born and bred and he's a local lad, we don't see the responsibility that should come for somebody who's in love with the football club. Like, he should be playing up front and going, I'm not a centre-forward, I know that, but we haven't got anybody. Stick me up front and I'm going to do a job for you. I'm not a centre-forward, but I'll do it. And we don't see that. We see a player that looks body language not happy with it. Well, I'm sorry, in the modern day, you can't just be a left winger. And I think that's the problem with Rashford. You can't just be a left winger, Marcus. You've got to be a hell of a lot more, especially when your team needs you. You can't just be a left winger. You can't just say, I'm only good when I'm on the left. I mean, you've got to get up front. And look, McTominay's played a few bad passes. He's missed a couple of chances, but he's been in the position twice. You know, he busts a gut to get in the right position. He puts the effort in. And is there a case to say, right, half-time, McTominay, you're going up front. Mainoo's coming on for Anthony. Garnacho back to the right. Rashford back on the left. 10 minutes. If you don't do anything, Rashford, you're off. Because if this game went to penalties now and we lost on penalties, I'd say, well, we've lost this game because we've missed big chances. We can't afford to let the game drift. Mark, why does Bruno see a back pass first as soon as he gets the ball, says Kevin. And people who want McTominay as a striker and Anthony left back have played too much career mode, says KFJ. We turned the ball over 8 times in 30 minutes. Bruno and Rashford lose the ball every time. If Alanga scores on us, I'll absolutely lose it, says the Angry Jawa. And we should put Anthony at left back. He's left-footed and always puts in a shift. Liam, I'm sorry. You know, football can be weird, but I don't see Anthony as a left back. I think Anthony had a good half, Mark, didn't overplay it and kept it simple, says Darry. We've not really got the wingers into the game, to be honest. Rashford is not a 350k a week player. Sell and rebuild, says Neil Radcliffe. Has McTominay reached his ceiling in your mind, or is there another level to his game, says Jared? I think Scott McTominay's very one-dimensional. He's good in the air. He's good in the box. He's an average player. And I think that's what he'll always be. I don't think he'll ever be a top 4 player, but I think he could be a mid-table player and a Scottish player, of course. Amrabat might be the worst player I've seen in a United kit, says Sultan. I don't think he's been that bad. He's playing out of position. His passing's been okay. Who's your ideal replacement for Casemiro this summer, says DA Sports? Declan Rice. Half-time changes needed, says Blake. Rashford and Garnacho go to the wing. Scotty striker. Anthony left back. Mate, what is this madness about Anthony at left back? Mainly one for Amrabat. If Rashford keeps crying when things don't go his way, bring on Ahmad. Look, this is clearly a big issue. I really haven't spotted it because I've been following the game. But obviously a lot of you have. Obviously the TV cameras have watched it. I mean, what is brand Rashford at the moment? What is Rashford doing? Like, you know, it's one thing to suppress and ignore and, you know, call out fans on Twitter having a pop at you. But when Alan Shearer is calling you basically not good enough with a terrible attitude, this is a big problem for Rashford. And there's only one play for him. There's only one way for him to solve it. Wayne Brooks says we've got £1 million a week on the pitch, and that shouldn't be here next season. Trash Casemiro and Varane. We can get some amazing players in on much less than their wages, says Wayne. Well, I think 2 of them will be gone. I think Varane and Casemiro will go because of age and wage, as we've said before. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. It's free to subscribe. Click the badge in the bottom right-hand corner to do it. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock with the news show. Obviously, match day. We've got countdown to kick off, the watch-along with me, and match reaction and fan forum after that. Match reaction, you can do your player ratings on the website, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'll put the link out for you in the second half. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Thank you everybody for getting involved. Look, story of the half, I think we've been the better side. We've had the better chances. We need to take them. The no structure argument has been made by ESPN, says Michael. You know, no structure belongs with people who've got no idea. You can't create 3 chances like that if you've got no structure. And let's not forget, we're doing it with an injury-ravaged side and a couple of very underperforming players. I mean, what's your thoughts on Bruno at half-time? I think it's been marginally better. But again, I feel my assessment of Rashford and Bruno is very, very similar. That they've both been better than they were at the weekend, but barely average. Driving test tomorrow. Any advice, says Tom? Concentrate. Don't let nerves get the head of you and listen to the instructor. I failed my first test by going the wrong way. Not on the wrong side of the road. He said get at the junction, go right, and I went straight over. And I failed. Because I just got lost in my own head. Feels like the team aren't finding Rashford. His movement into space is good and he's asking for it, but the players look too scared to miss a pass, says Manchild. Rashford continues to look lost, says Yef. Rashford gets bounced off the ball like a child. His layoffs have been heavy. Anthony at left back would get exploited with crosses, let's be real, says Tom. Rashford's got the first touch of a Sunday League centre-back, and Bruno, geez, if someone touches him, he's going down, grabbing something and rolling, says Sarad. As a United player, says Sumi, putting in a shift is the bare minimum. There was a clip I saw of his 2 debut Premier League goals against Arsenal. The energy, enthusiasm then versus now, night and day, and it's the wages. Well, look, I'd love to see Marcus Rashford scoring a goal in the second half. I don't care who scores. I just want Manchester United to win. But I wouldn't expect there to be any changes at half-time because really I still think we've been the better side. And as I said, we've certainly created the better chances. But it's on a knife edge. I always say this at the moment. Whoever scores first in a United game tends to win. I don't know what else Eric Ten Hag can do, says Pijol. Well, as I said, as a manager, you're just like, how can we not score one of those chances? I'm going to run a poll here. I was asked to do this. Player of the season so far. Get the capsules in. I'm just trying to remember who the votes were for. Somebody said it. I know it was those 2. And, oh yeah, that was it. Okay, so there's a poll there for player of the season so far. I did say I would do that, didn't I? Bruno's been very mid today, says Wavy. And, well, let us know what changes you would make at half-time. I wouldn't make any changes, but what I would do is I would certainly have Mainu and Ahmad warming up. Because I might be of a mind after 5 minutes to get him on. Rebecca, welcome to Members Club. Yeah, I might be of a mind to get him on because I think Mainu comes into the midfield. You can push McTominay up top. And Ahmad could come on as well. Still 0-0 between Liverpool and Southampton. I wouldn't even be thinking about that at the moment. It's an irrelevance, isn't it? We've got to get through the draw. Daniel, RDM, thanks for being a member for 22 months. So a bit of a stretch here. Been a bit of a stretch for United so far, though, hasn't it? But look, yeah, that cross into McTominay in the first few minutes, he's got to score that. And I really do think that Anthony's got to take his chance as well. On the poll so far, Delo is well, he's not way out in front. It's close. Actually, it's very close between all three, Garnacho, Delo and Højlund. My player of the season is Garnacho because I think that you can have a bit of recency bias. And I think across the season, Delo was definitely not considered, even our starting right back until probably Christmas. So I think across the whole season, when you think about, that goal at Goodison Park for Garnacho, Rasmus has been very good this season, and he had a really good hot start when he started scoring goals. He was top scorer in the Champions League as well, so I can see that. But I think across the season, I'd go Garnacho's shown the most consistency. But right here, right now, I can see why people would go with Delo. But I think fairly, I would say, I would go Garnacho. Definitely. But yeah, I don't have any issue with those being the three. Switch Anthony to left wing and Garnacho to right wing, says Marky. And how are Chelsea getting better and we're dropping off, says Kevin. Oh my God. Come on, Kevin. Calm down. How are Chelsea getting better? They lost more recently than us to a bunch of kids in a Carabao Cup final. They're not getting better than us. And also, they've spent £1 billion. They should be getting better than us. It's that absolutely amazes me. XG is nearly double for Forest. And this is why I don't like stats. XG is double for Forest than it is for us, and yet we've had 3 massive goal-scoring chances and they've not had 1. All of their chances have been speculative long shots. So how the fuck does XG work? This is what I mean about stats. Nothing to me will ever beat you or I or anybody else's eye test. Because I watched that 45 minutes and no way should Forest have a better XG than us. Theirs is 0.9 and ours is 0.5 or something like that. Makes no sense. We've had 3 big goal-scoring chances. They've not had 1. Ahmad warming up. Mainu warming up. There you go. I told you. He's told them both. He said, be ready. That's exactly the right thing to do. Are you a cat or a dog person, says Big Barry. Definitely more of a dog person. Martin Saunders says, whether he likes playing there or not, Rashford needs to show effort or leave the club. It's disgusting, says Martin Saunders. That's how I failed my driving test as well, PT5. It's obviously a common thing. Didn't know Gio Reyna was playing for Forest. He's a good talent, says Sakin. And hi, Mark. Hope you're okay. Most of these players need to be gone before Ten Hag, says Deno. Thanks very much, mates. Appreciate your super chats. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read some of those out. We're ready to go for the second half here. I'm just about waiting for the referee. He was the referee in the Carabao Cup final as well, wasn't he? Kavanagh, that's it. Don't rate him. Always looks like he's panicking. Really lacklustre performance. Rashford, oh my God, says Sam Bradley. And we're going. We're up and running. I'd worry if Forest scored first, though. I just think we're so mentally vulnerable that could be a kick in the arse. Do you think we should sign Candice, says Band? Says Band. Don't know. Don't know. Watch out. Come on. Was playing EFC career mode and Zuma broke my toe when I tried kicking the ball. I wish when he kicked that cat he broke his toe in reality, says Jack Glancy. And stats are like bikinis. Reveal what's interesting and hides what's vital, says Rahul. Ooh, sexist. Unless a man's wearing it. Master Arano says, I say bring back Soccerbox for a 2 million subscriber special. Martin, Rich, Alex, the whole gang. I would love to do that. Thing is, only 100 of you would get it because that's all we had watching at the start. Do you think ripping off the captain from Bruno will make him better, says Kevin? It might do. But who do you give it to? Because you're going to make them worse. Come on, McTominay. That's terrible again. You can't just give the ball away there with a little knee. Liverpool have scored. It's half time. One of the kids has scored. Kumas. Daniel says, I know Ten Hag is the right manager. He has all the fundamentals and philosophy right now, but none of the players to do it, and media go after him night and day. Why can't we as fans back one of our own and boycott the media? Well, I agree, Daniel. I agree. Wasn't there a Kumas who used to play for Wigan? I'm sure I used to have him in Fantasy Premier League years ago. Rashford might as well sit up top with Ben and Jerry's whilst watching the end of Marley and Me, the big sulker, says Netflix and Chilwell. That's a bad pass by Amrabat. Well done, McTominay. Go on, get it out your feet. Oh, it's the passing. It's the passing now. Right, come on. Go on, Garnacho. He's all on his own. Again, he's Garnacho tonight. He can't keep control of the ball. Keeps over-hitting it when he's dribbling. Here we go. Good save, Anana. That's their best chance. That's their best chance there. Good save. All comes again from carelessness on the ball. I'm tired of it. You know, I'm really fucking tired of it. I'm tired of getting broken on because our attackers lose the ball so fucking cheaply. I mean, that's just not acceptable. We're knocking the ball around so badly. Miscontrolling, bad touches. It's fucking not acceptable. At this level, you cannot miscontrol the ball like that consistently at this level. You will get fucked. Criticised a lot, but Anthony's having a great game, says Josh. And is there a correlation between Man United captain and bad performance? Yeah, we've spoken about it before, Luando. I think you're definitely right with that. Can't stand listening to Mark Ogden waffle on miserably about nonsense on ESPN. I didn't even know he did it. Colin. Klopp's kindergarten under-21s are winning, says Jack Glancy. Right, another corner to Forest here. Let's hope we're not going to suffer from first 10 minutes, second half FC here. It's a good cross, and Arna gets a punch on it. He's kept it in. There's an offside there. Just look after the ball better in the final third. I mean, that's not tactics. That's individual lack of concentration. You know, you wouldn't see it in a Pep team. You wouldn't see it in an Arteta team. Look after the fucking ball. It's possession. If you've got possession, you can't lose the ball. Some of the misplaced passes and bad first touches it's shocking for Premier League football. Casemiro. This is a goal. Great save. And Arna is now becoming man of the match. Because he's making save after save here. We're on the ropes. We are on the ropes here at the moment. We're going to have to ride this storm out. We're a Prem team of championship players, says Connor. Crisis is a lot, but Anthony's having a great game, says Josh. I don't think he is having a great game at all. At Josh, going back to that point. Come on, lay it off. That's better. Oh, fucking another bad pass there. See Rashford not really committing in a 50-50 again. It's amazing how Forest are passing the ball around better than us. Carl Elliott says, one word to sum up our players, careless. Yeah, we're still in the bloody dressing room here. Second half, we've not played well at all. Rashford needs dropping, says Theo. Straight at Onana, but he's had to make a few saves in this second half. United really haven't come out. Look at Rashford's doing it again. Arms out by his side. I saw that. That's the first time I've seen it. Look at the jogging here. You're the striker, mate. Nah, he ain't interested, is he? He's just in. You know, I hate to see it, but he just ain't. He ain't interested. What? You know, when do Ineos step in about this? Like, would you take 40 million for Rashford and wages paid off, says the Hughes lad? Oh no, he's worth more than that. Given the recent FA Cup matches, I'm definitely not watching the City match this weekend, says Les. Bobby says, hi Mark and chat, love and light to you all. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks, Bobby. I mean, more defensively, Mark. He's covering well, says Josh. Oh, in relation to Anthony. Right, can we get a bit of passing going on here? Bit of possession, please. Here's Garnacho. Onana's playing well. For a change, says Daniel. He's done all right recently. That's a foul. Come on, you're going to get your yellow cards out, ref. Marcus Rashford in the ghost of Christmas present, says Jack. Bruno equals wasteful. Marcus uninterested, says kicking it with Cade. If we win tonight, does our game on the 16th of March get rescheduled? Yes, Jamie. Yeah, I think is it Sheffield United? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Paul. We've slipped back in the second half. We've just lost it. Who would you sub on, Mark, says Dan? I think based on the second half, I think you've got to be looking at... See, he might keep Rashford on because he's a potential match winner, but I think you've got to be thinking about that. Howard Webb and Clattenburg. Yeah, who would I sub on, Dan? I think at this point, Ahmad for Rashford. You could play. You could play. You could play Ahmad false 9. I don't think it's going to do any difference. Since I used to support Ten Hag, I can't take this football anymore. And Rashford and Bruno seem anonymous in the match, says Rafi. And some people act like Eric should be playing City with these players. Not happening. I think idea of Anthony at left back is because of Valencia, says Cyber Spider. Fucking hell, it's this second half shit. What they done? Had a little chat in the tunnel and said, right, time to get the manager sacked. Another corner. Or is it a goal kick? Goal kick. Webb and Clattenburg is the referee version of McFred, says Jack. Well, who's coming to have the ball off the back four here? Look at this, we're back at the goalkeeper now. Who's having the ball off him? That's quite good, actually. Played through the press quite well there. Into Delow. Give him a bit of momentum. That's good. Right, wide. Good right ball. Right, Bruno, what we're doing here. Tomini into Bruno. Into Casemiro. Where are we going? Anthony. It's a shot, but it's going to take something very special to score from there. It was all right. The build-up was quite good. I don't know whether the shot was the right ball, but realistically, what's he going to do? That's good. That's good. Rashford, first time. Here we go. That's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty. Oh, come on. That's a penalty, ref. That's a pen. Absolutely bottled it. That is a pen. That is an absolute... Well, I'd like to see it again, but that looks stone wall to me. Looks absolutely stone wall. I can't believe he hasn't given it. Fucker. I told you about this, ref. He's shite. Well, Rashford, I think, wants to come off. Right, let's have a look at this. Great interception by Delow. Rashford's in. Wow. I mean, he gets sandwiched. Nah, to be fair, actually, I don't think it is a penalty. I don't because... No, that is a penalty. Yeah, it is. I thought he was a shoulder barge. I mean, he's just completely chopped him out. He's come across his whole body. Oh dear. I mean, he shouldn't be injured off that, though, really. Keep Garnacho, Mainu, Hoyland, sell the rest, says Andrew. Hi, Mark. Garnacho is getting too old and Eric out, says George. Okay. Madri or Maretti? Maretti, Bailey. Glattenberg is a referee on Gladiators now, says Kaiser. Take Rashford off, not Anthony, says Aiden. Thank you very much. Is that Rashford getting himself out of the City game? I think it's a penalty. I mean, look, I don't think it's like the most obvious penalty in the world, but I think it is a penalty, and I think the referee has made a very strange choice because Rashford's first to it and gets, you know, sandwiched and taken out. But VAR's never going to do anything about it. There is VAR, but they stick up for the mates, don't they? The VAR's not going to do anything about that. They'll say it wasn't clear and obvious. And some of you don't think it was a penalty anyway, so they're never going to overrule it, are they? Because it won't be clear and obvious. Apparently it wasn't a penalty because he never got touched. Yeah. Mate, you definitely need to wear a pair of glasses. Player's not even gone for the ball. Definite penalty, says Kay. Rashford must be sold along with Bruno, says Adrian. Well, at least we had a good 5 minutes where we created some chances. Could the issue be player age and lack of support, says Mank. And he doesn't want to play the next game, says Ivan B. I'm worried about where this game's heading at the moment. I just feel they've got more momentum than us in the second half. I'm sorry, but was anyone playing the ball? No. Penalties, as Mario Franco. No, they both took the player out under the pretense that it's a shoulder barge, but neither of them are anywhere near the ball. They've took the player out. You're absolutely correct. I don't care whether people think it's soft or not. It's obstruction. What do you think of the Sheffield United manager getting fined over sandwich comments, says Kenneth? I don't know. What are you talking about? Paul says that'll be Rashford's excuse not to play against City. I think if Rashford misses the City game with a sore back or something, people are going to see it for what it is. McTominay's disappeared second half, hasn't he? This is good. Oh, Forest seem to have about 20 players. Played a good passing move there, and we don't really seem to be getting any space. Anthony, where are we going? Bruno, Anthony, Bruno, give it to Delo. Give it to Delo. Fucking hell. That wasn't a shoot. No, I don't agree with that. I think that should have gone to Delo, Bruno, and I think you've just been a bit greedy there. Knots have employed Clattenburg as a referee consultant, says Mod. I know, what's that all about? George says it's just a graveyard shift and moments. I think, to be fair, in the last 7 or 8 minutes, we've actually got on the ball a bit better. You know, maybe it was a bit of a Forest after the break. I mean, that's careless from Garnacho. Careless. And that's what Bruno's saying to him. Come on, you know, it's not... We're going back to misplacing 5-yard passes again. Thoughts there? Thought there is no VAR until the semi-final, says Ash. Oh, maybe there isn't any VAR then. I don't know. They wouldn't give that anyway. Where are the subs? Says Exclusive Gems. Good points. Well made. McTominay, Ivor says Scott's the friendly ghost. I thought first half he did okay. Second half he's disappeared. Are those your boxes up on the shelf? Yeah, you've made me look, to be fair. Casemiro trying the long ball. McTominay into Anthony. Into McTominay. He's not going to have the pace. Yeah, he's not going to have the pace for that. Time to summon Ahmad and Mainu. Need energy, says John. Garnacho gives the ball away too much, says Paul. Well, look, nobody's talking about taking Garnacho off. And, you know, I really like Garnacho, as you know. But there is something to be said about the fact that he's not actually having a good game tonight. Good player, but his touch and dribbling has been way off tonight. Good ball by Amrabat there. That's what he can do. He has got that passing ability in his locker. McTominay, I'd be looking for a corner here. Oh, if he'd seen Delo there, the ball was on. Here's Anthony. That's it. Wall pass. Here's Amrabat. Definitely had a little bit more of the ball lately. Rashford. He's wandered to the left. Where's he going to go? Amrabat's the ball. Amrabat's the ball. Bruno. Go on, Garnacho. Into the box. Cut it back. Oh. McTominay deflected off Bruno. Wide again. See, this is where Bruno's moany face does bother me. And I'm a big fan of him. But we've just created a chance. We've just created a chance. And there's all this. You know, what about momentum? We've had the ball for the last 10 minutes. What are we moaning about? A missed chance for? You know, get your head up. Go Go on, second ball. Second ball. Let's win these second balls. It's our phase of play at the moment. Paul says Garnacho gives the ball away too much. Time to sub on Ahmad and Mainu, says John. Is Amrabat the new Scholes? Player of the season? Obviously, says Anor. That Bruno shot wasn't going in if he was moaning about McTominay. That was not going in. Never in a million years. If that's what he's moaning about, that wasn't going in. Come on, little quick throw. Quick, 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 quick. That's the ball. That's the ball. That's the ball. Right, Garnacho, come on. They're out of position a little bit. Amrabat's made a lovely run. Come on, Hollywood past Bruno. That'll do. Nice ball into Delo. Got men in the box. Bruno moans a lot. He irritates me so much, says Michael. Oh, here's Anthony. Come on, what's on for him? Ah, come on. We can't... No, this is what I mean. In the final third, you've got to look after the ball. Because now what happens? We get broken upon for a cheap pass when we've committed men forward. We can't be playing fucking balls like this. So irritating. That's what I mean about lack of concentration. We've got into a good position and Anthony just plays a pass to a Forest player and they're away. This is why we get broken upon so much, because we're careless in the final third. Kenneth Turney says, the Sheffield United coach criticised the referee for eating a sandwich while he was speaking to him after a game and got fined £11.5 grand. What a load of shite. No, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying what a load of rubbish. Getting fined for that. I can't believe there's people in the chat talking about the style of play. I mean, can we just bin this style of play talk and support the team? We all know we're in an injury crisis. We spoke about it last night. If you're looking for a style of play with a bunch of misfits, you're having a laugh. It's about winning the game. Delo, where's he going to go? Good tackle. Fuck off. Go on, we've got the second ball. Oh, shut up, ref! Have both of those. Shut up. Right, we need to start looking at some subs here. 70 minutes. I haven't noticed Rashford for about 5 minutes since the injury. So if he's carrying a knock, get him off. He'll miss the derby. Let's get someone on who's going to play. Leeds have equalised, apparently, says Dan. They have. It's 2-2. 81 minutes. Joseph again. Mary won't be happy. Come on, here we go. That's a lovely ball. That's a lovely ball into Amrabat. Right, move into the space. Nice ball out. What a lovely ball. Amrabat again. Garnacho, look at the touch. Look at the touch again. This is what I mean about carelessness. Like, I like Garnacho, but tonight his touch has been off. Really off. That's a really good ball by Amrabat. Now, we've won a corner from it, but the first touch is terrible. He called for the foul, but not the pen, says Thomas Hopley. Garnacho. Oh, good cross, but there's... Well, it wasn't a good cross because it lands on a Forest head. Bruno, is it? No, no. Petulant, stupid, idiot. Waster. Messer. The fuck's this? What is that? When are you going to score from there, mate? Just, we're not fucking 3-0 up. Get Ahmad and Mainu on. Far too slow and the passing is horrible, says Dan and Son. He's going to blow. Anthony. Rash. Go on. Oh, for fuck's sake, Bruno. He couldn't fucking shoot a bloody balloon. What the fuck is going on with this player? Like, literally for the last 6 weeks, I've seen him get the ball in this position at least twice a game, and he can't shoot. I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? It's a pass back. Thanks, Mank. Two-wheelers is great channel. Can we add Maguire in the player of the season discussion, says HJJ. Well, Ahmad's coming on. And Anthony's coming off. You can't say that Rashford doesn't get given good treatment by the Ten Hag, does he? Can you? Yeah, I think he's a bit unlucky to go off, Anthony. I don't think he's been great, but he's definitely been better than some. Of course, this goes to extra time if it stays level. When Mount's back, he's starting over Bruno, says Jamie. I wouldn't be so sure, mate. All our front four have been horrible. Have a horrible first touch, says Rahul. I don't see Mount starting ahead of Bruno. I mean, he won't take Rashford off. Like, I can't see Bruno being taken off. I mean, I can't see Bruno being dropped. Let's get the ball to Ahmad. See what he can do. $17 to go. Prez says, us or Nice in the Champions League if we both qualify. Well, I don't think we need to worry about that at the moment. Does the Ineos overhaul include Murta going, says Howells? Apparently he might be getting a job. Might be keeping his job. Apparently Shearer's gone in on Anthony. Well, this is what I mean, though. I mean, in fairness, Shearer doesn't know his arse from his elbow then, does he? Because he obviously doesn't watch Man United very often. Because, in fairness to Anthony, as I said, it wasn't great. But it's much better than he's been playing recently. And it's definitely much better than... He's been better than Garnacho, Rashford and Bruno. So, I think it's a bit unfair on Anthony, really. But this is where you can tell people don't watch us very often. Because it's a bit unfair. Disgusting sub, says Aiden. Look, I don't think Anthony played brilliantly, but he's definitely played better than the other attackers tonight. I don't think that's a handball. Somebody says it should have been a penalty here. Yeah, you're never going to get that. I'd go crazy if I had that. I think they have got VAR though. I think they have got VAR. Seb's prediction might be right, says Kieran. Yeah, penalties and a 0-0 draw. He'd be taking my job. Here's Ahmad. McTominay. I mean, McTominay's been very quiet this half, hasn't he? I mean, that's a substitution I would have made. I like the way Amrabat's come into the midfield more, though. Oh, Ahmad's nearly didn't connect. Should have taken Rashford off, says Alan Noonan. Sick and tired of Shearer, says Alan. We're going nowhere with Bruno and Rashford at this club, says Chris. And he's been a member for 42 months, and Alan's been a member for 21 months. Legends. Ahmad cost 35 million, says the wheelbarrow. Yeah, you never think about that, do you? I mean, that you know what? I like Ahmad, but what was that all about? We'd never been linked to him and Pellistri at all. We didn't get Sancho, and then suddenly we spent like 40 million on two young wingers that Ollie never used. That's a fella. That'll be a yellow card for Lindelof. Eric Ten Hag takes off our best attacker but leaves overrated Nacho on. I'm so vexed with this manager, says Zooting. And love what you do for the United community around the world, Mark. This is not a dig at Ten Hag, but we suck. Martinez and Mainu are the only ones upside, says United 760. Well, look, you've got every right to turn it off and go and watch, Netflix. That I could have told you this in the preview on Monday night. I said it last night. I said it wasn't going to be pretty. If anybody thought this was going to be pretty tonight, or this was the sort of game you can seriously analyse Manchester United, you were foolish, because we were never playing good football tonight because the team's just a mess. I mean, we haven't got a left back. We haven't got a left-sided centre-back. We haven't got a striker. Our number 10 and captain is woefully out of form. You've got McTominay playing next to Casemiro. It is imbalanced, but survival football, isn't it? Trying to just eke out a result, get some players back. A shot from distance straight at Onana. United 760, thank you very much for that super chat, by the way. I think Chelsea and Leeds are going to extra time. 2-2 there. Wolves are still beating Brighton 1-0. Amrabat on the ball. Into Garnacho. Oh, terrible cross again. He's had a really bad night. Lamina scored for Wolves, by the way. Yeah, he's had a bad night, Garnacho. Perhaps he keeps Fernandes and Rashford on for penalties, says Vigo. And captain of Man United is petulant, discouraging, horrible pass and shot, says Alejandro. Well, we've had the chances to win this game tonight. The quality of chances that we've had, I can't remember Forest having a really good chance. They had a decent chance at the start of the second half, but we've had some really good chances, especially in the first half. Nick says, with this squad, it was never going to be a good watch. Go straight to penalties. No, it's extra time, isn't it? Another corner for Forest. I mean, sorry, another corner for United. 10 minutes to go. I don't think we're ever scoring from a corner. Is Robbins on yet? Says... yeah, I wish he bloody was, says Jarv. Hi, Mark. Eric Ten Hag has to start thinking about benching Bruno for a couple of games to give him a kick up the arse. But who for, DJ? The problem is you can't play Eriksen in that role. He's too slow. Bruno on the corner. Not good enough. It's gone back to the keeper. Well, will we get a late winner for one? I tell you what, it'd be gutting. Be gutting to lose this game in the last 10 minutes because there won't be a comeback. But we did say in the first half, would some of those big chances come back and haunt us? And that's a good cross. Oh, fucking hell. Get it out. Clean sheet on Onana, says Tor. I'm nervous now because I think if they scored, we wouldn't get back into it. It's like Chelsea have won it at the end, apparently. Yes, they have. Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher late on. Do you think they're losing on purpose, Mark? Well, I think the performances of Rashford and Bruno are confusing. Rashford! Oh, for fuck's sake. It's just pure selfishness here. pure selfishness. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get this. On your weak foot from that angle. What are you doing? Never in a million years. Never in a million years are you scoring from there. Karina says, sit down, Rashford haters. It didn't go in. I wish it had. I wish you were saying that. Careless in the final third again. $82 minutes. Well, we do have our player ratings. I'm going to just whack the link in the video description for you. But, of course, it might be a little bit premature. Bloody hell. What are we leaving that cross for there? Right across the 6-yard box. Then he fucking threw up. I think actually it was probably good defending by Varane. Well done, Ahmad. Go on, Amrabat. Done well. I tell you what, Amrabat last 20 minutes in the midfield area has done quite well. Garnacho. Amrabat. McTominay, lay it back. I'm tired of these long shots, you know. Tired of them. Why are we trying to score worldies? There's a pass to Ahmad here. You should start asking Seb to do your betting slips, says Ollie. And if we let this go to penalties, we'll be regretting it. Matt Turner is elite at saving penalties, says Jason. Good header, Lindelof. Come on. The game is stretched. Turn. Ahmad. Go on wide. Garnacho's your ball. Back into Bruno. Don't shoot. What's that? No look. What the fuck was that by Bruno? I mean, fucking hell. What the fuck was that? We've got possession of the ball and it's a no-look overhead pass that goes straight to the keeper. What the fuck's that? What is that shit? Oh, McTominay. He's been Casper the Ghost all second half. Leon says, Ten Hag's rewarding bad behaviour. He came to get rid of this, but just continuing the trend rather than play the kids and come 16th and demonstrate a better club ethics, says Leon. Might as well throw Bevo on the pitch, says Maxim. And Sakin says, I'm not sticking up for Bruno. I just think he's tired and overused. $85. I think this is extra time, isn't it? I can't, for the life of me, see a goal here. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. This is the goal. Good save, Anana. And no offside given. I thought that was going to be it. I thought, oh, he's given the flag now. What are you waiting for, mate? He's fucking years offside. Bloody hell. Just get your fucking flag up, mate. We need a captain. Applications, anyone, says Terence. Looks like it's going to be Johnny Evans and Mainu coming on. It'll be for Varane. Varane won't be able to play, will he? Of course, this all just makes the Man City game even harder. They played last night. They played in 90 minutes. We play 24 hours later. We're playing away from home on Sunday. We've played extra time. If this goes to extra time, Hoyland won your Player of the Year, by the way, in the chat. We've had 25,000 votes. 34% for Garnacho, 29% for Delo, and 38% for Hoyland. Is that just because of recency bias that he's not on the pitch? It's hard to vote for Garnacho tonight when he's for Player of the Year when he's not had a very good night tonight. Another free kick. I need a stretch here, especially if I'm going to be sat here. I can't do I hate penalties. I bloody hate penalties. Absolutely hate them. Especially when it's a bloody season-defining game. Nick says, here comes the winner. Well, I'm going to stand up for this, Nick. Then I'm already halfway there. Stephen K says, we're so boring to watch. I mean, in fairness, Stephen, I've got to say, if you think we're boring to watch, I don't know what you were expecting. Oh, get in, Stephen! Get in, Stephen! Varane! No! Casemiro! Manchester United! Get in! Oof! I've not kicked that high since I was in my teens. Casemiro with the goal! Get in! Have some of that! If you support the team, that's what it's all about. Manchester United won. Casemiro, and that'll do. That'll do very nicely in the 88th minute. All the people out there, all the people, so many people, they all go hand in hand, go there. Part life. All the people who just stick with this team, that's for you. All the people who actually support this club and want us to win, that's for you. It was never going to be pretty tonight. As I was saying to Stephen then, it was never going to be pretty. Never going to be pretty. Well, I don't know what people expect. We're injury ravaged. We've had loads of chances, and we've got the goal. Get in. Get in. Get in the draw. I'm pleased for Ten Hag as well. Big goal, going to the end. Right, let's get through now. Let's get through. Oh, they're checking for offside. Nah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How's that offside? There can't be. There's no interference. There can't be any interference. What are they doing? What are they doing here? I didn't think we even had VAR. Why didn't they check the fucking penalty then? Where's he come from? Where's Wally? Where's this idiot come from? You didn't do anything on the penalty. Well, they just parachuted him in for the last minute. What's all this about? It's him again. It's Kavanagh again. He's cursed. This happened in the final. How's this offside? I can see he's on. He can't be offside. Offside for what? Are they fucking thick or something? Varane is offside and he's not relevant. He's not in play. The guy in front of Varane is keeping Casemiro onside. Never offside. Never offside. Goal given. Get in! Oh, come on. Thank God justice has been done. What were they even looking at? What the fuck were they even looking at for that offside? They're taking the joy out of football. Casemiro's got a bit of a cut here. Absolute joy killers. Absolute joy killers. I mean, I don't even understand what that's all about. Liverpool are winning 2-0, by the way, so we're going to definitely be playing them if we hold on here. Well, what the fuck are they talking about? I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't even speak. Absolute joy-killing twats. Right, Forest are making a few subs here. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Fucking God knows what they were looking at there. I've played the game. That's fucking stupid. Liverpool at the City Ground. Sorry, Liverpool at Old Trafford. If we hold on here. Definitely had the better chances. Don't care what anybody says. Definitely had the better chances. Definitely should have won this. Oh. Thoughts and prayers with those of you who are miserable because United are winning. Come on. We're Manchester United. Why would you not enjoy winning? Oh, I thought Ten Hag might get the sack if we lose. Come on. I'm telling you, that's a dangerous thing to do. Never, ever, 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 ever hope your team loses because there might be a chance for a manager to get sacked. Stick with the team. Always stick with the team. That'll take care of itself. If he's not going to be the manager, he won't be the manager. But think of yourself, think about your support of this team, and think about your, enjoying it. We'll probably get knocked out by Liverpool at Old Trafford. Then you can say sack him then. McTominay off and Amrabat off for Mainu and Evans. Probably going to be about, God knows how long there's going to get added on here. Should Delo take our corners and free kicks, says Connor. I don't know how long it's going to get added on here. But that's going to go out for a goal kick. Sack VAR, says L. And Ten Hag in, says Edo. We played much better today. Why so much chatter, says Atik. Connor says, should Delo take our corners and free kicks? Nigel says, VAR sucked the light out of football. They need to go, says Nigel. And Jermaine Genus says it was offside. Jed says, Amrabat's our best midfielder and he isn't even playing at midfield. He should start way more instead of Casemiro or Casper the Ghost. I thought Amrabat actually did okay. Eric Ramsey's goodbye gift arrived, says Mario Franco. The lack of quality investment in the squad and the shite square pegs in round holes. They patch around Bruno has finally brought him down to their level, says Ryan King. Well, I don't know how long we're adding on here. I mean, this is absolutely shocking. This is sport in 2024. And we don't know how long's being played because I don't know. We could play. Does anybody actually know? We could be playing like 10 minutes here. I don't know. Don't actually know what the plan is with this. Don't actually know how long they're going to add on. Could still be an equaliser and extra time. We've left it late. We've left it late. I think there's another 5 or 6 minutes yet. Casemiro, man of the match. And that is why TV and the mainstream are shit. There ain't no way Casemiro's man of the match. Never in a fucking million years. Anana, Lindelof, Amrabat, maybe even Delo, but not Casemiro. But that's that. I've grown up for this for years. They still think people who watch football are thick. Just give it the goal scorer. Absolutely incredible. It's incredible that that's what we get on the mainstream these days. Give it to the goal scorer. Oh, they're on the attack here. Casemiro missing another tackle, but Ahmad's back. I think Garnacho might keep that in. Over on the far side. Win a corner, mate. Keep it in the corner. Every Arsenal player gets in this squad. This is Freddie. Well done. Welcome to Members Club. One last game. Appreciate that. United have had so many jammy results this season, says Harry. Mate, I don't care. I'll drink your tears. I don't care. Like, we've had the 5 best chances in this game. You're either not a United fan who wants to lose, or you're a rival fan who hates us winning. Either way, get in. I support my team. All I wanted to do was win. I never expected it to be pretty. I don't understand why people thought it would be pretty. It's not been the best game performance, and I don't normally agree with most commentators, but what Shearer said about Rashi is right, and Delo definitely man of the match as Mini. Well, I can't believe they've given it to Casemiro. I really can't. Tell you what, that's an impressive win for Liverpool, though, isn't it? What's going on here now? That's just... What's going on here? Offside? Yeah, should have been a red. It's just one rule for one and one rule for the other, innit? Final whistle. Big win for Manchester United. You can swivel on that. We've got the result. I'd have took that in any circumstances. I'll tell you what, we came here tonight, injury ravaged after a bad result against Fulham. It wasn't that pretty. It was never going to be that pretty. But we did have the best chances and we did win the game. We're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We've got a home game against Liverpool, which is going to be ridiculously difficult, let's be honest. I mean, we might have gone from the frying pan into the fire, if I'm being completely honest. But we're still there. We're still alive. And I think it's... then I just think it's a big, big win. Lots to talk about in the match reaction. I'm really interested in the player ratings. Links in the video description of both this and the match reaction. Do it while I'm just setting up. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And of course, there's some interesting player ratings there, not only around man of the match, but also around the, some of the shocking performances again by certain players who some of you predicted might have a sore back for the game on Sunday at Man City. We'll have to wait and see. How did Rashi place as MS? Well, join in the match reaction in a moment. We'll talk about that all on there.